Oh boy. Good morning, jerk offs. How are you guys? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good. Hopefully everything's sounding right. If you're in here, let me know if there's an echo or anything because I can't hear anything right now. Got my computer set up, but I'm using my phone as the camera. Did another move back into the original office. I got to get this all green screened again. But how's everybody doing? What's up, KR Tooley? Top of the morning to you, brain jerky boys and girls. How are we today? I'm great, man. I cannot complain at all. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. He's doing good. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. I'm gonna show you something. Look at this. Where's that? Where's that camera? I gotta look. Tony, did you go to IWR? I didn't get to go. I had football, which we made it to the third round of the playoffs, and we ended up losing, unfortunately. Ooh boy, look at that! Look at that! That's some beautiful stuff right there. No, you didn't. Tony didn't go to IWR. I heard it was great. Match, where you at? You down in Toledo? You're way too far away, or else I definitely would. I just went to Mint. Went and stopped in at Mint. Got me some hard to hear. Yeah, I don't have my normal what's it called? The microphone and shit. Cheers, you got dabs, glitter bombs. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. I left Mint Cannabis here in Monroe. Got some fire ass deals. I'm gonna show you. I got 5 different ones, squirrels and KR. Appreciate you, KR, for the feedback. I think it's the what's it called? Google Chrome. Mint Cannabis, baby. Mint Cannabis. This one was white truffle cheese. Good morning, Elizabeth. Uh, and I got some papers from Smoker Society. Smoker Society on Telegraph, right next to Royals Moyete, across from where the uh, Nortel lanes used to be. Go for all your smokers' needs, whether it's tobacco, bud, uh, hookah. He's got this fresh orange. He does a little scrapey scrape, cutty cut, puts the hookah in, chops up the hookah, puts it in the orange. Bong, $20 out the door, dude. $20. I'm not wasn't a huge hookah fan until I saw that. That was cool. Looks yummy for sure. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming in. Just showing everybody the bud I got. I mean the wax I picked up from Mint Cannabis. Tyler said I had to work yesterday, or else I would have stopped by the event. Saturday. The event was Saturday, but I know what you mean. Uh, I actually didn't go to the event either. We had an event with Royals Moyete, Smoker Society, Mint Cannabis, bunch of other dispensaries. Uh, Royals gave out free food with purchases at the Smoker Society. Caesar the monkey was there. Unfortunately, I was not there. I was at a football game getting our butts kicked. But, can't win them all. Almost looks like the signal. Those boys, those those dudes on the football team, they put in that work, and unfortunately, we fell short. But it wasn't for lack of effort. They didn't. They, they could have easily just rolled over. The team was bigger, faster, stronger. They could have easily just rolled over, and they didn't. They fought up until the very last second was off that clock, and I got nothing but respect for everybody involved in the Airport Jets football program, from the students to the coaches, everything. Great job, great work this year. Back to the Mint Cannabis prize. Look at that. Look at that. So I'd have to say these two right here. These two are my favorites. Boom. Those would be the ones I'm saving. Saving for special occasions. You know how it is. But with that being said, I picked up some of this 24%, 25% Mac times Kush mints. And we all know that the percentage doesn't mean anything. We know that. How's everybody doing? All as G Dub would say, how's all the nine of yous? How's all the Gordy Hows of you doing out there, huh? Love some GWC. Let's thank our sponsors real quick. We got we got Mint Cannabis. I deleted them all from there because I stopped using that. We got Mint Cannabis, Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill, Nerdy Designs. What up, John Drake? Nerdy Designs here. We got Little Brown Jug, Lane's Pizzeria, 8 Mile Vodka, Insane Wrestling Revolution. Let's. I know this ain't it. I just clicked the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Monroe Nutrition, dude. Everybody that sponsors and shares and comes in to support, I appreciate you all. BrainJerk appreciates everything. So we did the UFC fights today, Saturday. Also, on top of that event, we came back up to the studio here and we did a BrainJerk viewing party for the UFC pay per view. Was fire. Was fire. We got a new heavyweight champion. We got a new, well, he's an interim champion. And from what I understand, Dana White is still gonna have John Jones fight Stipe for the real title, which doesn't make any sense. Why even have a interim title if you're not gonna have the interim champion face the champion and unify the belt? That doesn't make any sense to me. But it was a great night. Bunch of great people hanging out, watching the fights. You know how it. You can't go wrong, dude. We got some awesome people up on this floor. It's turning into something special up here, and I can't say it enough how grateful I am. Rico, Tony's balls itch. That's great. That is just fantastic, Rico. How you guys doing? How's Rico and doing over here, huh? It's been a minute since I've seen you. John Drake, how you feeling? Elizabeth, Tyler, Tony, You gonna let your dad talk to you like that? What up, squirrels? Good to see you. I'm glad you guys have all all come out. Listen to Rico. I know you said don't listen to Rico. I'm assuming you said don't listen to Rico. He's a weirdo. That's why. Yeah. That's funny as hell. Whoop whoop. Good to see you, squirrels. How have you been? Now that football's over, I'll be able to join a little bit more. I know you guys haven't seen me as much since high school football season started in what it was like June, July. I've been very what's the word? Reclusive, maybe. I I haven't shown myself very much. We've brought in a couple different producers to produce while I'm not here. They've done pretty decent job. Uh, Countdown till Thursday. What's Thursday, John? I come when I can. Try not to miss it. Hey, all good. You know how it is. I come into yours when I can. I'm not there every day, even though I would like to be. Sometimes when I am there, I literally have enough time to jump in, say hi, because I'm in the middle of something and I see you go live. Sometimes that's what happens. We all been there. Hanging with Vanilla Ice on Thursday, huh? Vanilla Ice baby, John. Bring him up to the studio. I know you don't drive, but he might, huh? He might. I know you're going to his concert, I'm sure, but get Vanilla Ice on the horn. Me and Coach K. So we're gonna break some news today. We're breaking some news this morning. Pillar Talk Reloaded also has gone for a second. We're taking a break. Coach K and I will be now hosting Pillar Talk Reloaded. So now that football's over for both of us, we're going to be working on Coach K's show a little bit more together and getting getting our vision put put onto the screen a little more because there's more we want to do with Coach's show. But then we're going to be going for me and Coach will be hosting Pillar Talk, and Pillar Talk is we're going to have a bunch of people loaded up in here. We're going to be booking people here shortly now that football's over. So we would love to interview Vanilla, Rob. I would love to interview Rob. So if you can put in a good word and get me with his number or something. No pressure. No pressure at all. If you forget, if you don't feel comfortable, it's all good. No worries. Because me personally, I'm not. I've had people tell me, "Hey, get this autograph from this person." That I don't do it. I've told everybody I don't get people's autographs for myself. So I'm sorry if I don't get an autograph for somebody else, but I just would rather have a conversation, hang out. You know how it is. Ryan, I don't know who Mr. SNF is. Ryan are talking about potential chip next year with taste of deceit, ice, and whatnot. So next year we're going to Dallas. We're going to Dallas. The next taste of will be not Dallas, in Texas. But who's to say we can't make a couple? He's opening a restaurant, brewery, and pop museum in Florida. All right. Where at in Florida? Where at in Florida, John? I got my family's down in Florida. on the Gulf Coast. Oh yeah, that tastes great. Back to Tony. Tony, anytime you can get here, I'll match you, bud. I'll match you all day long. I gotta fill up my waxy wax. So just so everybody else is aware, Light It Up has gone. You guys that have been here for since the beginning. First of all, I appreciate the shit out of you. Second of all, you've seen this show take many, many, many variations and twists and turns, and it sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not. But I've decided to basically take her back. We're gonna go back to the original days of Lighted Up's conception, which was we get on here, we talk to each other, we smoke a joint or two, and then we carry on. And if we want to talk about whatever we want to talk about comes up, it comes up. But I'm not gonna force. I'm not gonna force an hour out of us, right? When we first started, it was a 15-minute thing where I'd get on, I'd smoke a joint in the morning, and we'd bullshit for a few minutes. And I feel like if we do that again, we take it back to that and see where we go. We'll feel less pressure. At least I will to uh to do this. But once again, now that we're done with football, I'll have more time to do everything. Wow, man, I haven't done the dab in a couple years. Well, we just put in what is this? Motor runts. Some motor runts hybrid butter. I don't know if you can read that. Motor runts from Peninsula Gardens. Came from Mint Cannabis. They always treat us really well. Lake Worth, Florida. I don't know the Lake Worth, Florida. I'm not sure where that is. Good morning, Kathleen. Good to see you. Good morning. Happy smoking. And Monday. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Lighting one up right now. Lighting it up, baby. Light that boy up. What are you smoking on? As Magic Mouth would say, if you're smoking with me, what are you smoking on? I know he says more than that, but Earth Dweller of the Day. So I've been wanting to bring the Earth Dweller of the Day back, and now that I have more time on my hands throughout the day, I should be able to do that. Don't hold me to it, but I'm I've been really wanting to do it. I never wanted to stop it, but a couple things were going on to where I couldn't figure out how to bring sound and this and that. So I figured everything out. I want to bring the spotlight back. I want to bring the Earth Dweller, all that stuff. So it's just give me it'll take a little bit of time to get back into the groove of the way things were. Well, hopefully I'm gonna try to find another co-host to help me out here, because you know how rough it is. You may or may not know how rough it is to sit up here on your own and just talk to the camera. You guys being up here chatting chatting with me helps me so much. You have no idea. If we'd have been at 20 minutes with you guys not in here talking, we'd have a rough one. I tell you that right now. Lake Worth is Palm Beach. Okay, so John, let me find it. So, if this is the ocean, and this is the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the middle. Do I need to go north or south of, say, Orlando? North of Orlando, south of Orlando. Where's Lake Worth? What's it cost? The wax? I think I paid it like $11 a piece because they were all on sale. Like 5 for 55 or something like that. And then I got this beautiful, I wish you could smell it, little popcorn buds, but I like that. I don't, let me grab my grinder and I'm going to grind it up. Roll one. Alrighty. I'm back. So let's see how this nice, beautiful bud breaks down. I wish this was like, you could have like some smell-o-vision, right? You could smell what I'm having here. Building is near the beach of South Orlando, north of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Okay, I got you. My family's in what the hell? I just hit a big brain fart. Oh, Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte's where my people are from. If you guys could smell this, it's lemony. Cushy. Got a little bit of fuely. What up, CSL? Good morning. Thank you for joining us from Montreal. Squirrels, thank you for joining us from Newfoundland. And everybody else, wherever you're from, thank you so much, because I know at least half of you aren't from Michigan. Hey, we haven't talked since Ohio. Congratulations, guys. Ohio has voted legal recreation. Now, we all know it probably won't be able to go out and buy some weed here until for another few months, but be careful, because the law, even though the law was voted, it hasn't gone into effect yet. Just remember that, guys, for you guys in Ohio. Probably about this time next year, you won't even have to come to Michigan for any bud. It's not a good thing for us, but most of the people that come into my town for weed are all from Ohio. A lot of them. A lot of you guys are from Ohio. Most of the mint crew, I've noticed, is from Ohio. So they're going to be able to do their own thing. Vanilla has a real estate. Oh, yeah, he does. He's got a show. Real estate and construction company based out of Florida. And lives in Florida himself. They're talking about a year till first dispensary opens. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Elizabeth says December 7th is when it'll be legal. Yeah, the first dispo won't come in. Legal dispo probably won't be there for about a year. I agree, John. Cheers, Annie. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, we got these little popcorn buds. Mind you, like I said, a lot of people get up and say, "Oh, the little popcorn buds." Ask me if I care. I'll tell you I don't. Dude, if they would grind up, you could give me ground up As long as it's fire, I don't care. If it's fire shake, I'm all about it. It'll last me longer and everything. This isn't my typical grinder, but I forgot that boy at home. It looks like. It took Michigan a year before the first permanent one opened. I can't tell you. I can't remember how long. As long as it's fire. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can't wait. I'm actually curious. Let's see. One, two, four. There's four of you on here I know for sure that are from Ohio. I can't I can't remember where. Thule, I think you're from Michigan, right? I don't need to know your city or something. I know some of you guys are a little weird about that. It's not weird, but you don't want everybody knowing where you're from. I know Annie's from out of state. I think Indiana, right? If I'm correct. I can't wait though. I'm on my last pre-roll and I've been holding off on smoking. I was just in that position earlier. I had nothing. So you were actually in a better position than me earlier. Wisconsin, that's right. That's right, Annie. Wisconsin. I appreciate that. Organic. Good to see you. Dabs up. $25 shake bag. $25 shake bags for an ounce. Yeah, dude. I'll take that. I don't know if I'll go that far. Real life. I'll take a $40 ground bag, but I don't know about. But get it. 120, that shit'll shake you down all day. All day. Masshole! Good to see you, sir. I'm so happy to see you here. Good to see you. Man, that always makes me happy when you come in. Not that everybody else does. Buffering, that's no good. CSL's waving, 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 waving. Hell yeah. You got Massachusetts, Wisconsin, two parts of Canada, Montreal, Newfoundland. We got Ohio. If you're from anywhere else that I didn't mention, pop it in the chat, right? That's cool. That's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing is that we can all come together from not only all parts of the state or all parts of the country, but all parts of the world. We can come together, smoke a joint together, smoke a bowl, wax, eat some gummies, whatever it is you do. I've been actually really thinking about not stop smoking and start only eating, drinking my intake. Just drove 450 miles to get bud. Dang, bro. You had to drive out of state, didn't you? They've announced they're going to match Michigan taxes on weed, so Ohio is looking better than Illinois. I don't know what the taxes are in everywhere else, but it can't be no worse than them DoorDash taxes, though, huh? You know what I'm saying? Can't be no worse than them DoorDash taxes. All right, let's see. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Smoking on my own cross. I don't know times. Cheesecake and Girl Scout. Okay. That actually, Cheesequake. That sounds fired, KR. I get my own land. I'm going to be growing too. I don't grow inside. I don't have the space for that shit. I don't have the space for growing, period, but I do enjoy it. We are worldwide. That's right. All of us. 1,000 miles south of Massachusetts right now in a totally red state. Let me think. Alabama? Are you in Alabama or the Carolina? So that's actually, I don't think that's far enough. I don't think Alabama's far enough from Massachusetts because Florida, where I go in Florida to where I am in Michigan is only I think like 1,100. Maryland, Maryland, very cool. I had family that used to live in Maryland. I couldn't tell you where, but I visited them once or twice. Good to see you guys all in here. DoorDash, people think it's a main source of income. You get paid just to put gas in the car. So, I do know the secret of DoorDash, though. Tennessee right now, I reckon. I like Tennessee. It shocks me that Tennessee and Tennessee hole, Tennessee. Uh, I'm surprised Tennessee's not legal. So the trick is, Elizabeth, don't take anything under $5. If the order is less than $5, just pass it on up. Pass it on up. Usually the first two that come in are shit. If you pass them first two, I know you're worried about your acceptance rate, but there was for the first 2 or 3 years, my acceptance rate was at like a 30. I'm only gonna pick the ones that are good. Now, I have been my acceptance rate is about a 70 something right now, 69 or something like that maybe. But the acceptance rate is the orders that you accept, and you don't have to accept them all. I make like 20 some bucks an hour on that boy. 2020. I make more door dashing than I do at my regular job. It's just you got to obviously you got to put that time in. So I don't know, Elizabeth, if you have Spark, if there's a Walmart or anything down where you're at, but Spark, I haven't tested it out personally, but I know people that have, and they say Spark is the delivery service to work for. You don't have to go shopping. It's basically DoorDash with groceries. You don't have to shop for them. You don't have to do anything except for pick up and drop off. And you get paid pretty well, from what I understand. I just I haven't DoorDashed in a while either. Sorry guys, I'm rolling one. I don't do it. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh shoot, where'd my mouse go? I don't do it. I'm just saying. For those of you that are thinking about it or do it, and if you know how to do it properly, and some people don't tip, just like waitresses. Some people don't tip their waitresses. That ain't good, but you never know. who you're dropping food off to. It might be a kid. It might be somebody that just spent the last money that they have on their kid for lunch, for breakfast, for dinner, whatever it is. So I know I've bitched about it before. Hey, don't do this or that. Don't buy it if I don't know why my internet just went out over here. Good thing my phone was still connected. Weird. But you never know people's circumstances. It's one of those things. It's like I understand what the waitresses are saying. If you can't afford the tip, don't come out. But you don't know whether it was that kid's birthday. You know, if it could have been that person's last 20 bucks they had that they bought their meal with. I understand you're working, but also some of the responsibility of paying an employee, what a great idea might be would be for the employer to pay the employee, not make them work for tips. We're us us as the consumers, we're already coming into your restaurant spending 30 to 100 bucks on the food. And I understand the food costs so much, you gotta have a profit, but the people are already coming in spending their hard-earned money after getting taxed over and over and over again, coming into your restaurant, spending their money, and then they also got to pay your employee. That's not right. I know that's how it is, but it's not right. If any people, like, a tip is supposed to be something that isn't uh isn't expected. That's why it's a tip. Now, that being said, I do tip because if you don't, you're fucking shamed. But a tip is something extra. It's supposed to be extra. Oh, you've done extra good. Here's a tip. Oh, thank you for helping me bring my bags to the hotel. Here's a tip. It's not supposed to be a built-in part of the bill. That's my thing. It's a tip. It's extra. You shouldn't be having your employees live off of extra they what the people are giving supposed to give extra. And that goes for every tip industry, in my opinion. Dude, one of the tiny Japanese vans would be bomb for that. They get like 45 miles a gallon. They would for the DoorDash, yeah, 100%. Or Spark even, because I know Spark you have to do multiple drops at a time, so you'll pick up like four people's different groceries, and the more you can separate them, the easier it will be. Yes, sir. But that's my opinion on tipping, right? It's now become mandatory, damn near, to tip 20%, even for a shit waitress or waiter. Or I can't think of any other things where we tip right now. Or the valet. The word, the world broken. Anyways, you talk to the world full of millennials. Yeah, you're not. The world is broken. Um, and my thing is like, on top of the tips, okay, to take it to the next level, gear, whatever you want to say. If an employer, you guys are always, oh, I'm looking for help, looking for help. Well, maybe if you guys paid more than $13 to $15 an hour, you'd be able to keep your employees and they would work harder for you. I promise you. These companies, they only pay you $13 to $15 an hour, no insurance, no benefits. No nothing. When they do to give you something, it's a $10 gift card to fucking Meyer. What's $10 doing for me? 10 bucks. $10 doesn't even buy me a quarter tank of gas. What up? Good to see you guys. Good to see you. I haven't even been able to jump into your lives, so it's been one of those things like we just keep missing each other.
Hell yeah. What is up, man?
I'm echoing. Hang on.
Oh, it's echo. Oh, wait, that's me. Hold on.
Oh.
It might be
Wait
you.
a minute.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. How do we fix that? I haven't been here in so long. I forget how to do it. Hold on. We'll fix it.
Annie says it's to ensure prompt service. Tip. To ensure prompt service. It might be me. It might be me. Because I'm using Chrome over here on my phone. And I had a pop-up that said something about may cause echo. So it might be me.
Yeah, I don't have you. I don't have you up anymore.
How about now?
Yeah, it's still echoing.
Nope. Not as much though.
Yeah, I think it is. I hear it.
I hear it.
It's
but
weird.
we're not up anywhere. We literally don't have it up anymore.
Yeah, I don't have any screens open. Damn it.
I don't think I have anything.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Or I'll mute it.
Yeah, we'll mute.
How about now?
Hello?
Still echoing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll mute ours.
I'm rolling the doobie though. Anyway.
I think it's me. I honestly do think it's me. I don't think it's you.
It's okay. Yeah. You're the star of the show, baby. We'll just mute and sit pretty.
Yeah, we'll be here.
I don't want you to not talk. I don't care if there's an echo.
I'll still talk. You know. You just
now
won't
you sound like you're talking from the heavens.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
$10
this is
be a
God.
quarter tank in the mini truck. Yeah, but that's my opinion on. Annie says, Amber, you look beautiful today. My opinion on pain and on tips is it differs from many people. So I think that the employers should be paying their employees a good enough wage so that I don't have to pay for them to live as a consumer. As a consumer, I should be able to come in, and if they do a good job, now I tip. That's the whole point of tipping, is that you've had extra good service above normal service. That's when you get a tip. Your bellhop brings you to your room and does all this stuff. You tip him because he brought your bags to the room. And nowadays, you go to fast food joints and they want you to tip them. It's like, wait a minute here. I go to my buddy at Royals Moyete. I go there. I use my card. He makes me push custom no tip. He does not want you to tip him. In other countries, they find it rude to tip. But here over here, it's rude for us not to tip. Well, if the employer would pay them more than $3 an hour, $4 an hour, and then okay, so now if you do pay them, the people that are paying $13 an hour, you guys should be paying more. Our cost of living has gone up for ridiculous amount. Okay, $15 an hour, 40 hours a week. That's $2,300 every 2 weeks. Or I mean a month. Sorry, that's $2,300 a month. How many people can pay rent for half that? How many people can put $600, $700 down at rent? Usually it's 15, 20. It's 15 to a grand, $2,000 for rent. So now you got to pay for food on top of that. You got to pay for your utilities. You got to pay for insurance of your car. You got to. We're way over budget at that point, and it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I know why it's being done. I do, but temp staffing, they do, Rico. They really do. I know it. And then when they don't want you anymore, you fuck up once, or they don't like something you said, boom. Earth Dwellers, Twisted Hammer, yes. This is the Earth Dwellers of the day.
Hell yeah.
We're Earth Dwellers.
So I'm trying not to do the echo, but
Yes,
I just want to say I think it's a note to the increased entitlement that we continue to have on the tip scenario. So like as a country, clearly it's just us.
It blows my mind when you
We-
go to buffet and they want tips. Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, we feel that just the slightest thing, like handing you a bag, deserves a tip now because we are incredibly entitled now, and it's just funny. But I agree with that. Like you only get a tip if you've done something extremely above and beyond for me.
Yeah.
Like that's when you're gonna get a good tip.
Yep. So I wanna keep yourself unmuted and talk real quick because I wanna remove this and see if it's this.
All right, cool.
Okay. Talk away.
Random talking. Whatever.
Random. Oh,
4 scores and 7 stoners ago.
Oh my.
No.
No.
I want to show you.
I need
what
let her show you what she made. I need a pack of papers.
A pack of
But that's
my bad.
a tip, in my opinion, has always been up until the last few, 10 years. That is sick. That's sick as hell.
This
You gotta
is an
sell
eyeball
those.
garland that I made twisted for his YouTube area.
I love that.
And of course, I take orders on anything that I make and show. So if you want an eyeball garland, you can have one too. I got a couple of evil eyes in there. Where are they at? Right there.
Yeah, tell them the
Some dragon eyes and some bloodshot stoner eyes.
Tell them how to get a hold of you so they could order one.
Oh, look me up on Facebook, Amber Lalana, and send me a message.
1-900.
1-900 eyeballs.
Yeah. She's got balls.
I'm trying to think of what are other besides like a valet or a bellhop or a waitress. Who else would you tip?
Like tip in regards to what we normally see as tipping or nowadays?
Either one, because I'll be honest, me personally, I'll even tip the guys that change my oil. There was a long time where I would tip them because I just wasn't sure if you were supposed to or not. Nowadays, I don't because that's their job. The only
person or career path people have chosen to where I think is deserving of that extra tip are waitresses and that get paid $3 an hour that need the tip on top of their hourly wage. Those are the people you tip, not the people who are getting paid $12 an hour already.
Bartenders.
Bartenders, like people who are really like they're in it for the tip.
For the tips.
Like clearly it is a tip position or just like when you make commissions, it's a job that you don't get an hourly wage for, you get commission for. Just that's what it's for.
That's what started my rant today. Is that employers should not be able to not pay their employees. It shouldn't be up to us, the people, to pay your employee.
I agree with that. There has to be some kind of a base pay. I agree with commission based. I agree with that when it's a sales position.
You see the hustle,
needs to be
though.
Something that you can survive on first.
You see the hustle.
Yeah, because their job is to sell. So if you're not selling, why should you make money? I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
And that's the whole sovereign worker there too. You get free fucking labor, dude, because them dudes they're doing things for your company. they just ain't getting paid because it just don't work out to get paid.
What about tattoo
That's
artists?
just
You think a tattoo artist is one that needs to get paid a tip?
absolutely.
Yes, that is absolutely because they're okay. So let me put an addendum. Those who are literally working for themselves, like a tattoo artist, they don't necessarily like artists in themselves. They are working for themselves. They are like 1099 that shit. So you need to tip them or pay them absolutely what the fuck they're worth, or even more so.
My thing is, as a tattoo artist, why not just put it in your price?
I think that's what they should do.
And then when somebody does try to tip you, say no, it's already included in the price.
That only some people are honest like that. Some people will still take that fucking tip, dude. Fucking bullshit. Our sucks.
Yeah, you're right. Most people would probably still take that tip.
Yup.
And the same with the hairdressers. I don't go to them. I do my own thing, but
Right.
Me too.
Like it's on the same lines of a tattoo artist. Hairdresser is. They're working for themselves. Why not just put that tip that you expect everybody to pay into your price?
See, that's just it. They do expect it. And that's one of the reasons why I never went to a salon or any professional to do my hair, because you're going to pay me $30 and then you're going to expect another 20 to 30 on top of that for your tip. Because I understand that you have to pay your care fee, you have to pay all this to your actual salon if you're not doing under your own roof. But I'm sorry, but I'm a cheap ass motherfucker, and I am not going to pay $60 for somebody to cut my hair.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
Poor people don't tip.
tipping the lady that's checking you out, your groceries out.
No.
Like why don't we just tip them? Why don't we just tip our bus driver? I'd rather tip the bus driver that's taking my kid to school.
You know what though?
What happened to thank you being a tip, an appreciation? I appreciate you. Thank you so much for what you do every day as a tip.
Here it is though. How many times throughout your life have you done some weird job and then some old person has given you $1 or $2? Thank you, son. You did a great job, man.
A little nickel or quarter here and there.
Today though, now that's a tip. I give motherfuckers $1 all day, but today that's an insult. You give someone $1, yeah, that's an insult. Like, that's a tip, though. Thank you for doing a great job. Now, listen, if you got a tip from everyone else as $1 for doing a great job, shit, you'd have a pocket full of money. But that's not today's world. A tip's got to be big time money. Like, what?
They increased it used to be 20, 30 years ago, 10%, then it went to 15%, then it went to 20%. You give less than 20%, you're a cheap ass.
What is this percentage shit?
It's like this unwritten rule that keeps increasing. And I get it because there is a cost of living increase. But
honestly, for me, at the unless my meal is like a couple dollars, $5 or something like that, I tip a minimum of usually $5. I do. If I usually hit it with about you're gonna get, unless you're super shitty. Don't get me wrong. I've had some shitty waitresses. I've left an upside down penny on the table on purpose. My stepdad taught me that one.
They probably don't get it.
No, they don't. But I'm a good tipper. I tip more than I probably should for most of the time. Like I said, I was tipping my oil change guy. I probably over tip, but I've gotten to the point to where I don't know where the line is anymore. I have no idea where the line is. Who am I supposed to tip and who am I not?
For me, I'm a
Wendy's,
fucking.
I ain't tipping you at Wendy's, guys. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no. And you're fucking up anyway at those fast food places. But see, like when Amber and I go out to like a nice restaurant, we're only doing it like once a year. But when I do Grace's Town with my presence, I do tip them fucking awesome. Because it's the one time you're gonna see me a year, and I want you to remember that shit. You know?
Well, and in real life, though, just on the flip side, I know we're bitching about tips, but if you are a good tipper, those waitresses will remember, and
Oh yeah.
they will treat you as such.
And on the
It
same,
was fucked up because you're supposed to be treating me that way from jump, and then that gets you that tip.
yep.
Not the other way
And
around.
exactly. And then on the same shoe or same foot or different foot, whatever, if you don't tip good or you're unable to tip because you're broke, I only literally have enough for the service that you're providing. I don't have a tip. I'm sorry. I'll write you an IOU. The next time you come, especially if it's a hairdresser, oh, you're getting fucked up. You're getting some shit fucked up, dude. Your steak ain't going to be cooked right. Your hair is going to be crooked. Your tattoo's going to be wiggle lines. It's
And
fucking
if I'm being
stupid.
honest, if I'm being honest, the people that should be being tipped in the restaurants aren't the waitresses. It's the cooks. The dudes that are making your food are the ones that should be having to get your tips. Or
I agree.
The waitresses should be sharing their tips.
And you can
they're
do
supposed
that.
to share. They're supposed to share.
Yeah,
The
no,
waitress
no.
shares
The
the
bus
tip.
boys, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, you share your tip with the bartender, right?
It's usually not with the cook. It's the busboy and the fucking maitre d' and the fucking them people. The cooks usually get paid way more money than all those motherfuckers.
Yes,
Usually.
You're right, 100%. But that's like if we're looking at the logic of things
Logically, yeah, it would go to the cook.
Who should be tipped in that restaurant? Out of
The person who made it fucking fabulous.
The bartender or the server or the cook. Which one's the most important one?
Cook.
The cook. You're there to order shit.
Right. And that's you know you can.
I don't go there. I mean,
I
guess if you got an awesome waitress, you go there for the waitress.
Yeah.
But
it could be a short order, and you can get it off a platform for all I care. I'm there for the fucking food.
you can do that though. You can either ask your waitress or just literally sneak right in the back of that fucking place where the cook is and say, "Hey, who cooked this? Who cooked this?" You go back there pissed. Who cooked this? I want to know who freaking cooked this. Good job, bro. Here's a 20.
That's my favorite. I love that. I love that. I've
they wouldn't
want
to
a couple
speak up,
times
like-
in my life. Yeah, because they're scared at first. Like, oh,
like I don't know if I want to own up to that.
It's super rare. I've worked the industry. It's super rare for somebody to compliment the chef nowadays. It really is. Now, so when it happens, I've gotten complimented when I was working at Trappers. I made chicken marsala a little bit different than they wanted me to make it, but I felt like mine was the way I made it was better. And you wouldn't all the compliments come in so much to where at least when I was working, they had switched them how they made it to the way I make it because they were getting so many compliments. Now, one thing that most people put that shit on noodles or something or eat it plain. I love them. I hate mashed potatoes unless it's with the chicken marsala. So I make extra gravy than normal people would for my sauce, so it can soak into the gravy. And now it's chicken marsala, chicken and potatoes. I'm telling you, it sucks on noodles. It sucks on noodles. I hate it. And the noodles don't soak up that sauce like you want them to.
Right.
Like, what?
Fucking delicious though. I love it.
The number one thing for chicken marsala is the right marsala. I've had chicken marsalas with 17 different marsalas and it was gross 10 out of those 17 times. With the right stuff, it's my favorite meal ever.
The right stuff.
It's gotta have the right light though.
Fuck yeah.
And you gotta have that. You gotta be able to get that pan so hot to when you put that wine in there, it. You want that to do that. You want it to flame up. That's the whole point of throwing that. Yep. Now I'm not a chef, but I am a pretty good cook. I was
Hell
never
yeah. So is he.
trained.
You said compliments to the chef. I compliment him nightly.
Glitter World can cook too. Squirrels can cook.
Nice.
She used to be a white coat.
Oh yeah, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know you're legit when you wear a coat.
Right? I know, right?
I grew up with a guy that right out of high school, he went to culinary school, and he was traveling the world on cruise ships and all sorts of stuff at a super young age, when most people would have probably went into the military or something like that to see the world.
Yep.
He was riding on the cruise ships, seeing the
Yep.
world. And now he that life is so stressful. Being in a kitchen is so stressful. He don't even do that no more. He's one of the absolutely best chefs I know personally. He details cars.
No shit. Well, that's huge. That's what I told her.
Because it's peaceful.
That's what I told her. Chef life that's a stressful, man. 80 hours on your feet, hustle, bustle, early hours, late nights. Shit.
Yeah, shout out to Jordan Butler real quick. That dude gave me my first job in the kitchen, and he's awesome. He's a good dude.
Hell yeah.
Good heart. And he's also the first person that so part of working for him, you had to, on Christmas morning, we had to go serve the homeless shelters.
That's fun though, ain't it?
Yep. And that was my first taste of that. I love that shit. That was the first time I was not selfish on Christmas. You know? And I needed that in my life.
I wonder if it's both bars.
Yeah, I needed that. So I always have love for that dude, for showing me there's more to Christmas than receiving. It feels better to give. It really does. It really does. And it feels better to be able to give to people that need it, not just buying presents for my homies or something like that. Like sometimes, like, I want to go buy some presents for the homeless homies, you know. It's cool. Now, that being said, we all could probably do that more. There's people in this town every day. We got homeless shelters that they need help at serving time. And, you know, how many people are in this town? You know, I don't know, thousands. And all these homeless shelters are always looking for help. And I understand it. Nobody wants to go do something for somebody else, let alone not get paid for something they're doing, but it's not about that.
I always tell Amber, if we ever need a meal, we can go to the homeless shelter for supper.
Yeah. You know, there was a point in time.
I've been there twice, bro. It's good.
There was a time during COVID where, when they dropped, so we were getting more than I was getting paid regularly during the beginning stages of COVID. So somewhere in the middle, they cut it back from, we'll call it $2,000 a paycheck to 600. So if you were like me, you were fucking living like you had a job. But once they cut me off, I was picking up food from the food lines and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, you had to. I had to. I had 3 kids to provide for, and that's some of the weirdest shit I ever saw in my life. I didn't eat some of it, but, you know, luckily at that point in time I had a girlfriend that was an excellent cook, and she made all that food seem like it was gourmet top shelf shit.
That's me.
But I've been there, we've been there. I've been homeless in tents.
You had a
So,
tent? Oh, bitch, I slept on the beach, woke up, my feet all wet.
dude, the first 2 months of me being homeless ever, I was underneath pine trees during the snow.
Oh, shit.
So all I had was my coat and extra clothes and a blanket. And
Man,
then
see, when winter
someone
came,
bought
that's
me
when
a
I went
tent.
to the shelter.
Someone bought me a tent. I threw it in the woods and covered it with sticks and stuff so it would camouflage itself.
It's great about
And
Michigan.
this is like 3 years ago. I went back and there's pieces of my tent still in the soil.
No
You can
way.
still see the dome of that I built to cover my
Oh
tent.
my.
Hell yeah.
And I
That's
took my
cool.
kids there and I showed them like this is where I was when I met your mom.
That's fucking cool, though. Origin
Yep.
stories, baby.
Yep. So it's one of those things. I got a soft spot. I know how it feels. So I got a soft spot. And that's also
Yeah, man.
that I also know I don't ever want to be in that position again.
But
Right.
you know what's awesome though is what I said is, man, if I ever was to be homeless though, Michigan is like the greatest place because you could disappear here in the woods. Like in Ohio, there's not really many places you could do that. Like everyone's always somewhere and they'll find you and shit. You're on someone's fucking property. Here you might be on someone's property, but dude, it'll take them forever to find you here. And there's fresh water and food. There's game everywhere to hunt and shit.
Yeah, you got fishing. Like there's
And
nothing to want here.
you know what's different about Ohio was Ohio took away all the really cheap shit. Like here, there's those cabins. A couple years ago, they were $30 a fucking week or whatever, dude. You
Yep.
you could get a fucking $30 a week cabin and work at some shitty ass little corner store and survive being a homeless dude for a while until you get on your feet. That's what I was like. Oh, I wish I would have known about this place, man. Shit, I wouldn't have been sleeping outside.
I honestly part of the beginning homeless stage of my very first time, I did it on purpose. I needed to. So what had happened was I was really fucked in the head, and I had been reading about how native tribes, when members of their families were get fucked in the head, they'd send them out in the woods for a season, and if they survived, they'd come back normal. They'd come back head clear. They're cool.
Are you a skinwalker, dude?
So so
That's how they made them.
when what happened was I was fucked in the head, so I'm like, I need to do this. Let's try it. So I quit communication with everybody. People still don't talk to me because 15 years ago I fucking went silent on everyone.
You had to heal, dude.
Um, and that I came out of it, and it worked. It worked. It did.
Hell yeah.
Having
I'm
to
tied
survive the elements and not have to worry about
Yep.
the modern day world's problems, I honestly became that was some of my happiest times of my life when I was at my happiest was during those times. Not to say that I haven't been equally happy or anything like that since, but like that is when true happiness finally found me and I knew what it felt like.
Right.
I had no
That's
worries
fun.
in the world, no bills, no nothing. I was just had to make
Free.
sure I ate it every couple days. I know how to
Beautiful.
fast.
That's amazing, though.
It is fun to disconnect with the world and reconnect with nature and get back in tune with how it all is working. Rewire yourself a little bit.
Yep.
Some people never come back out of that. Come back out of the woods. They just stay.
Well, I'll be lying if I told you I didn't want to go back sometimes. I do miss it. I miss the woods.
What's fun though is right out of the Marines, we always talk about this getting dropped off in the woods for like a month. 2 weeks or a month and just survive. You know, no, we don't know where we're at. Just go. You know, that'd be fun.
Yeah, as long as you're semi-prepared, it'd be fun. You don't even have to be fully prepared. You just have your essentials, you know, a knife, or an axe, whatever whatever it is you want, or you don't even need a flint. You can have a lighter, and it don't even have to work.
Right.
That spark. How do you think this lighter works? Right? It's that spark. A lot of people don't understand that. Real quick, survival tool. You're gonna find lighters everywhere when the shit hits the fan that are empty. You can still use them to start fires in the woods.
Hell
You know what?
yeah.
I actually start real quick before we get off of here. I just learned a lot of these wildfires that are being started out west. They're being started by homeless people. But the story doesn't want to tell you that, because then everybody would be all up in arms about homeless people instead of helping them.
Right.
Because
True.
out west, the homeless problem is on another level. It's almost like
it's hot.
there's more homeless people than there's not.
I was gonna say they have sheer neighborhoods of homeless now.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, like it's, I don't know what they call it. There's like literally called certain areas that are.
Skid Row
That's what it's called.
in LA, but it's the same thing in Vegas too. They got one of them too, but in Vegas it's like an alleyway where it's just like all the homeless sleep, and it under the bridges in New York and stuff like that.
So crazy.
In New York, some of these guys, I found out there's actual like buildings, just a homeless shelters, but there's like skyscrapers, and they're all full. Everywhere's full now, and they keep letting these people in down south at the borders, and it's making things even worse.
It's wild, isn't it?
That's a whole nother can of worms right there.
I don't want to get political, but
hey, wait till
I was gonna say that's a whole can of worms.
Wait till they start putting them in Michigan.
Like, you just crank that lid just a little bit right
I think it's too cold here though.
They already have. It's whether or not Michigan will let them. Michigan's not a sanctuary state. New York is. There's like New York. It's funny to see the before and the after comments, because before they're like, yeah, we're a sanctuary state. Give me all your people. Bring them all here. Send them all our way. And now they're like, no, stop it.
We did and everything.
Just be prepared. All I can say, without sounding too crazy, is prepare yourselves for the worst case scenario happen in the next 5 years. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Remember, 2024 is coming.
The worst that can happen if I'm wrong is you'll be safe for if something does happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because
never forget my 2024 prediction.
War is coming. We've just been very lucky the last 80 to 100 years to not have to be involved with it on our soil. But
dude, we've been lucky in the last 2.
War is coming.
Yeah, it's better to be prepared than not. Better to just
From 2020 to
now.
It's not going to be hard nowadays for them to come in and do something. They're
letting people in left and right.
They just voted that AR-15s cannot be classified under right to bear arms. So, go look it up.
I guess that's really.
So AR-15 is basically just a rifle-looking pistol.
Mm.
You shoot it. However many times you press the trigger is how many times it shoots. It's not a semi-automatic. I mean, it's not an automatic rifle.
Fire.
It doesn't.
Unless you change the pin.
Right. But now they're saying that those guns are no longer included under the Second Amendment. But the Second Amendment is explicitly for us, the people, to not be overtaken by the government.
Exactly.
That means
tyrannical.
our power is supposed to be allowed as much as the government's firepower. That's what the right to bear arms is.
Yeah.
That means we're supposed to be able to fly those jets and bombers and shit. We're supposed to have the same amount of weapons, the same quality weapons as our government does, because we are the kings of this nation.
Right.
Not,
Now I wonder
not
whoever
people.
dispatched the militia.
We're
You know what I'm
supposed to
saying?
be in control of the government. We're the kings of this united republic is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we're the
Don't
ones
get me
that make the
started.
election.
I've said too much.
I know.
do not-
See, you did.
Hey, I am very happy and I don't want to unalive myself ever.
Ditto.
We got real good weed. We made the doctor sick today.
Oh my god. Don't get into it.
We made the doctor.
We did though.
He had to
She was
step
like,
out of
"Do you
the
guys
room.
smoke marijuana? Because wow, it's super strong coming off of you guys." I was like, "Hell yeah!" He almost passed out.
She's like, I gotta go get a face mask or I'm gonna be on the floor. I'm like, oh.
She was getting all dizzy and I was about to throw up and pass out. I was like, "Holy shit!"
We're a potent couple.
She asked me, "Uh-oh, what did you do?" It was hilarious. She was on. She did. That was funny. So she was on YouTube, but her audio was coming from Facebook. So she wasn't sure what the hell was going on.
Well, that's what I was wondering about the Echo. Is there a Facebook up somewhere?
That's why.
Not on mine.
Well, that one's on mute though. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's kind of
Weird scenario, Jerry. Didn't go away.
We're out of here. It's time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Peace out, everybody.
Yep. Peace out. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.